You know when you read something and you just feel it, that gut feeling that tells you the author is excited or maybe a little sarcastic? Well, that's not magic. It's a trail of clues, and every single word is a breadcrumb. Today, we're going to learn how to follow that trail and figure out what an author is really feeling. Just take a look at these two sentences. On the left, you've got pleasing aroma. That probably makes you think of something delicious, right? But on the right, foul stench makes you want to pinch your nose. The sentences are almost identical, but changing just one word flips the entire feeling. So how do writers do that? Well, it all comes down to a hidden layer of meaning in the words they pick. See, the real secret isn't just in what words mean in the dictionary. It's in the feelings they carry with them. So in this first part, we're going to pull back the curtain and learn how to decode that powerful hidden emotional layer. And the big idea that ties this all together is tone. Now, put simply, tone is just the feeling an author has about their subject. And listen, if you only remember one thing today, make it this. Tone words are feeling words. That's it. Once you really get that, everything else just clicks into place. To really get this, you need to know that words basically have two different kinds of meaning. First, there's denotation. That's the boring, literal dictionary definition. A house, a shack, and a home are all, buildings where people live. But then you've got connotation. That's the emotional baggage a word carries. House is pretty neutral. Shack feels negative, right? It makes you think of something run down. But home, that feels warm, safe, and positive. Same basic meaning, totally different feelings. So, we know words can feel positive, negative, or just neutral. But how do we organize all that? How can we see the bigger picture? Well, that brings us to our next part, where I'm going to show you a really cool tool to help us do exactly that. And here it is, the feeling spectrum. This is going to be our #1 tool for figuring out an author's tone. The idea is super simple, but incredibly powerful. On the far left, you've got your negative words. Right in the middle, you have neutral ones. And all the way on the right, you've got your positive words. Pretty much any feeling word an author uses can be placed somewhere on this line. All right, let's use our example from before to see how this works. Step 1, the word shack. It's got a negative vibe, makes you think of neglect. So it goes way over on the left side of the spectrum. Step 2, house. It's just a building, no real feeling there. We'll pop that right in the neutral middle. And step 3, home. That word just feels good. Comfort, family, safety. It lands squarely on the positive side. See? It's that easy. Okay, so we can map individual words. That's cool. But here's where it gets really interesting. When we start to see a pattern in where these words land, we can uncover something much bigger, the author's real point of view. You see, every author has a perspective. It's their unique take on whatever they're talking about. And just like the words themselves, that perspective is going to be positive, negative, or neutral. And the best part? Their word choice gives it all away. And this is how it's all connected in this perfect little loop. An author's perspective, their point of view, is what determines their tone or their feeling. That feeling then tells them which words to choose. And when we, as readers, track the pattern of those word choices, we circle right back and discover their original perspective. It's awesome. Okay, so that's the theory. But how do we actually do this? Let's get practical. I'm going to give you a super simple step-by-step strategy you can use to find the tone in anything you read. The strategy is called READ. That's R-E-A-D-D with 2 Ds. It's 5 easy steps. First R, read the text out loud. Seriously, you can often literally hear the feeling. Second E, examine the details that pop out at you. What words just grab your attention? Third A, analyze those specific word choices. Fourth D, determine where those words land on our feeling spectrum. Are they positive, negative, or neutral? And finally, the second D, draw a conclusion. Look at the pattern you found. What's the author's overall tone? All right, enough talk. It's time to put this new toolkit to the test. Let's analyze a passage together and see what we find. Okay, I'm going to read a short passage. As I'm reading, just listen. Don't overthink it. Just pay attention to the feeling it gives you. Here we go. The old house stood on a hill, its windows like vacant eyes staring out over the overgrown lawn. A chill wind rustled the dead leaves piled high on the porch, cobwebs draped like macabre decorations. The air was heavy, silent, and seemed to hold its breath. So what do you think? Just from hearing that, what's your gut reaction? What's the author's feeling about this house? What do you think the tone is? Let's use our READ strategy and break it down. Look at the words the author chose. Vacant eyes. That feels empty and lifeless. Definitely negative. Dead leaves. That screams decay. So negative again. Macabre decorations. I mean, come on, that's just creepy, right? Firmly on the negative side. Every single key phrase is pointing in the same direction. The pattern is crystal clear, creating a really eerie, somber tone. So why does all this matter? Well, because understanding tone isn't just for reading novels. It makes you a smarter reader, a more critical thinker, and honestly, a better communicator in every single part of your life. So let's wrap this up with the key takeaways. Number 1, tone is just the author's feeling. And remember, tone words are feeling words. 2, words have those hidden emotional meanings, connotations. 3, the feeling spectrum is your go-to tool for mapping out those feelings. And 4, when you track the pattern, it reveals the author's true perspective. And that brings us to the final, and maybe the most important question. This isn't just about what you read. It's about what you write, what you text, what you say. So I want you to think about it. What feeling are your words creating today?